What's up, guys? Boris and Matt here for another exceptional Tech Corner video.
Today, I've decided that we are going to be talking about smart groceries. So kind of the future of the supermarket, how tech is influencing how you purchase your groceries, all that kind of fun stuff. So Boris, why don't you kick it off?
All right, thank you, Matt. So basically, in the next 5 years, you're gonna see a revolution in the grocery and retail market, more so than in the last 50 years. And the reason for this is even though there's stiff competition online, for example, you have a lot of retailers every single year buying more and more stuff online. You also have things like Amazon Go or Amazon Fresh, and Instacart, which are new experiences which are popping up that are looking very favorable for consumers to draw to. So even though there's a lot of passive on-demand purchasing, the focus in the future is also on consumer experience in store and in person. And so currently there's a lot of developments in this area. For example, one of them would be there's a tablet and a cart, tablet smart cart or whatever it's called.
Yep.
Tablet smart cart. And basically what this does is it gives you recipes, it gives you ingredients you're supposed to buy, it follows you around the store. There's sensors and things that kind of tell you where to go and what to pick up. And it's basically like personalizing your shopping experience. So that's kind of a way for you to look into what's gonna happen next. And with that, I'm gonna give you an Amazon Go intro with Matt.
Yeah, so obviously when we are talking about smart groceries, the first thing that's going to come to mind is Amazon Go, because it was recently announced, and Amazon's been a huge player in making tech the forefront in purchasing things like since they began, right? So with Amazon Go, what they've created is basically a smart grocery store, and they're using what's called the just walk out technology. So basically you just grab things off the shelf, you put them into your cart, and you literally just walk out of the grocery store, and it'll track everything using sensors from where you pick it up and sensors in the cart, and then it'll manage inventory and all that. So it seems pretty cool. Basically there's no human interaction, which if you're, a little socially awkward, like maybe Boris over here, you get to just grab your stuff and get out. And like it's definitely cool because there's no lines and you can get out really quickly. They have mentioned that currently there is an Amazon staff like actually monitoring all this stuff and assisting it, because with any new technology, like there's a bit of manual like interference at first to make sure everything's going well, and then as it learns and evolves, it could be all on its own. So it's really cool, and actually right now they have a store in Seattle, but it's only open to actual Amazon staff members. But it's really cool, so I think that's pretty interesting.
Definitely, and I'll touch on Amazon Prime as well, because it kind of ties into Amazon Go. They're kind of meshing those services together. Actually, I'm learning something new today as well, which is that I'm socially awkward. I didn't know that. Thank you for mentioning and sharing with our viewers.
We want them to learn, we want you to learn.
I definitely appreciate learning new things. So basically with Amazon Prime, one of the things that people are looking at was it was basically catered to high income families or households. So what Amazon did was they said, okay, well, let's get you guys on a monthly plan if the $100 out of the gate is too much. And that was part of the reason that we saw 200 million more items shipped for free last year versus the previous year. And so basically now everyone's saying, the e-com platform that Amazon has revamped itself once again. And then they're gonna add Amazon Fresh or Go, or Amazon Go? That's what it's called.
Amazon Go, yeah.
Amazon Fresh and Go.
Fresh and Go, yeah.
Okay, basically it's gonna be on top of the $90 or $100, it's gonna be the $200. So we'll see how consumers react to that and what's gonna happen in that aspect.
Yep. And actually, like Amazon Prime, you use it as well, right? I use it, I love it. How do you feel about Amazon Prime currently?
I didn't want to pay the $100, but I paid the $100.
You did?
I did.
Do you use it like on a monthly basis?
I have been using it a lot.
It's really useful. So I find that's already stopping me from going to the grocery store for certain things. And then, so that actually ties in perfectly to Amazon Fresh, which is something that they have developed. It's not really available everywhere, but it's actually where you could order groceries online, similar how you do with Amazon Prime. And there's actually 95,000 items currently on Amazon Fresh. But the thing, like as Boris mentioned earlier, is it's $200 on top of your Amazon Prime membership. So it's pretty expensive. I don't think it's really quite there yet. One of the reasons that it is so expensive is they actually use a refrigerated warehouse to store all these goods, as opposed to other competitors like Instacart. They actually just use like local vendors, local grocers and all that, and they actually just make the deliveries like that. So it's cheaper and it seems a little bit like more ethical, makes sense. So I don't know if that's gonna catch on. What do you think about that? Grocery shopping online?
We'll get into that in a second, but I actually want to touch on the future of retail and how Amazon Go
Is
and all
affecting?
that, how all that stuff is going to affect it. So basically, you know, Amazon Go and what they're adapting, Fresh, except the whole movement of what Amazon is trying to do is being coined as the future of retail. The thing is, you know, brick and mortar is becoming a hybrid of real life experience and online. So there is no more one or the other. So everybody's adapting to this new standard. So it's going to be interesting to see if it's actually Amazon, who has no experience in retail and brick and mortar, is going to be the forefront winner of that battle, because everybody's expected to do this now. So I don't know if Amazon's going to be the one that's going to win it out. They're definitely trying.
They're doing a pretty good
but,
job
But
so
the
far.
hybrid of like, you know, physical versus online, that's just a whole mesh now. There's no such thing as one or the other. So, and to your point, what you just asked me, a lot of people, I think 92% was the statistic. 92% of Americans said they much prefer shopping for groceries in store, still in store. And so because of that, you know, I think that shift is going to take a long time, and I don't think it's going to be as quick as everybody thinks it's going to be.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like especially with groceries, you want to go in, you want to like smell it, you want to like touch some of these things. Like if it's just getting sent to you, like it could be, who knows what you're getting, right? But we'll see how that evolves. So I guess what makes sense is like that's kind of what's going to be maybe the future. We'll have to see. But what you can do now, there's actually quite a few ways you could use tech to actually do your groceries better and to basically spend smarter. So one way that you could be doing these things is you could actually be using coupon websites and coupon apps. With these, you could actually be trying to find where to, you know, get the best deals and where you could actually like save quite a bit of money, which is always pretty useful. So you know what you want to get. And then everybody uses paper lists. It's really helpful before you're going out. It's definitely a great way to make sure that you spend a lot safer. But using the list apps are actually super useful because it's on your phone. You can take it with you. You're not going to forget your phone usually. Right. So that's really perfect. Another thing is actually using the loyalty or reward points programs and using them actually on the digital versions. It's better than carrying a wallet full of cards, and that definitely helps. And then there's actually certain apps. There's one called Favado. And you could compare prices across a bunch of different grocery stores. And this way you could figure out where you want to go for that day, or if you want to plan a route if you're driving. So that's pretty cool. And then finally, something that I actually just started using is like recipe apps. So with recipe apps, you could find which meals you want to make for the week, and then it'll automatically make a grocery list, and then you can just buy that. So that's a pretty great thing to use, I think.
That's awesome, yeah. And I mean, you're totally right. You know, like smartphone apps are now used interchangeably everywhere, right? It's like on the go, in the car, at your house, inside the store. People will look up the item online to see if it's cheaper anywhere else. And they'll look up the competitors to see the reviews. Like, so everything is just meshing together pretty much, right?
Like you mentioned the cart with the tablet in it. It's kind of useful because or else you're always pulling out your phone, checking the list or whatever. They could just be bam right on there. So exactly. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So before we wrap up this tech corner, I wanted to bring something to your attention, and that Matt showed me the other day, and he's already laughing because he knows exactly what I'm talking about. So there's this product called, and I want your opinion on this too. It's called the Jenny Can, and basically what it does, you know what? Let Matt explain it because he showed it to me.
Yeah, so when researching this topic, I found this thing called Jenny Cam. It could be cool, I don't know. Boris definitely doesn't like it, but basically it's like this little smart device and it clips onto your garbage can. And then as you're throwing stuff away, you could scan the barcode, or if it doesn't have a barcode, you could be like, use a voice command to be like, oh, hey, it's an orange. And then it'll let you know via the app what you need to restock on your fridge.
So I have multiple issues with that. Multiple issues. Okay, so first of all, I think that's before its time. Okay, whoever invented that, I'm sorry, but you know, for example, anybody that cooks, I don't know if you cook, Matt. Do you cook?
Sometimes I have to eat and survive, yeah.
That's a lie. Anyway, Matt doesn't cook. He eats peanut butter. So basically, you know, it's when somebody's cooking and they're in a rush, to scan every little thing to put in the garbage, and if it doesn't scan properly, you have to tell it what to do, and we don't know how, like the voice command, how good is it really? And then the size of the fruit, like was it, you know, 1 banana, 2, how much? Like all of this stuff, I don't know how it would track, and it would have to integrate with like a smart fridge for it to actually be useful.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just thinking, at this point, I would never use that piece of tech. I think it's before its time.
Yeah. I think there's
Your
probably
thoughts?
a lot of smarter ways to go about it, but it could be useful, not too sure. And also I'm thinking it might be called Genie Cam. But I just thought of that now.
See, we don't even know its name. We can't even, the branding.
Anyways, I think that kind of wraps up this episode. So make sure you subscribe below and check out our Facebook page. We'll be posting a bunch of really cool videos throughout the week. Yeah, anything else you want to say?
One more thing. Peace.